coach told me before the game. He understands the rivalry nature of this game, and he has asked his players to play with poise every step of the way. This crowd can get you off your pace. They can disrupt things at the line of scrimmage. And he said, guys, we have to communicate and stick together in this environment today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. Will kick off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. He was looking for some running room, but not. Be found as he stopped at the 18. Hand off from the shotgun. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said, oh,
it's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
We talked about it earlier. Now this home crowd making life difficult. Fights off a defender.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or hide. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? From the red zone, it's Davidson. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
He's looking to throw on third and short. Snagged out of the air. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Singleton. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. The Seminoles are in the hurry-up. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Stepping to the right. Swings it out to his running back. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And this is why defensively, man, you want to keep your guy in the pocket. Like, once he starts to scramble, all the rules change, and now everybody's got to kind of adjust, and the running back just works towards the sidelines. As he starts to roll to the right, he creates a little bit of space, and they just dump it off. It's a nice job by the QB buying some time.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Catch in the middle. It's Thomas. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. And the Seminoles look to keep this drive humming. They try to pop a run on the draw. And the ball's loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. And the Noles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The option look. The pitch. Breaks the tackle. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Ball's at the 27. It's third and short. Can they avoid making that fourth down decision? It's complete on the right side. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
You can see why this running back is on the field on third down. He's a weapon in the passing game. Really nice job by the quarterback. He got through his progressions really, really quickly. Found the running back, just dumped it off, and he was able to make something happen with it, move the chains, keep the offense on the field.
Defense just going after him. They stop him for a loss of 6.
What a great job by the defense understanding where they're on the field. Listen, the wide side of the field's this way. They're going to try to run that sweep, identifying it, flying like madmen to the football, just understanding speed and space. I got to be ready for that, and they were.
The play action fake. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
2 straight drives ending in fumbles now for this offense. Guys just have to start hanging on to the football. There's nothing schematic that has to change. They've just got to get back to fundamentals, 5 points of pressure, and prioritize holding on to the ball.
Running inside, it's Johnson. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll go 4 wide, twin receivers on either side on 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's Davidson. Hard running there. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Finds his man. It's Johnson. Turning it on. Touchdown, Tigers. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 41 yards covered by that touchdown strike.
Number 81, set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. He gets a block. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Here's the pressure. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. And the Seminoles are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. The Noles line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Got room to work. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. Escapes the pressure going right. Going to try to get it himself. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
And he's really proven to this defense that he's just not a one-trick pony. He can beat you through the air, and now he can do this. Now he can take off and scramble, move the sticks, get his first down for his offense. This defense, they're starting to learn pretty quickly. This guy is a talented jumper at quarterback.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davidson. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
So now it's 2nd and long.
Here we go. Ready.
To the air, it's Daniels. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Working that left side. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Couldn't quite hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. They'll try to run for it. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to need to see from this offense, man. Once the field starts to shrink, you get on this side of the field, you're down by 10 points, man. You need to put the ball in the end zone. Like, you're thinking touchdown, not field goal. And they really got to be physical, establish this run game, and do everything they can to get 7 on this drive.
Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Now the toss. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little gain because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. And he's in! Touchdown, Florida State!
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
With the catch, it's Preston. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed. And he showed some of it there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Plows through the defense. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Clemson is quick to the line.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. He lets one fly deep. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Back to throw, it's Daniels. Back open in the middle. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Blasted as he lets it go. Just goes right through the wicket and brings up 3rd down. Man, he will be thinking about that one.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
Well, the defense is waking up now, right? The first drive, they allowed a touchdown. They were a bit scrambled. They kind of all got together, rallied on the sideline. They've been pretty lights out since. Forced a punt on the last possession. They've now got the offense set up in 4th down again. Great job there. Pass defense, 3rd down. This defense now starting to put it together.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give on the counter. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We begin with Georgia taking on the number 22 team, the Florida Gators. And it's the Bulldogs who are rewarded for feeding their star. For some reason, he plays better at home, and this team plays better at home, as they did today. They win their 2nd straight game, and talk about doing it in style. That margin of victory is a head-turner. Here now, a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the Big 12.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Well, when it comes to screen passes, you're just trying to mix them in different situations, and I like it here. First play of the drive on offense, and you're dropping back to pass, or letting the pass rush get upfield, seeing if you can just get one into the hands of your back, get some blockers downfield. You don't obviously pick up an explosive play, but you get some good yards on that, and you give the opposing defense now something else to think about. You've got these screens in your back pocket, and you're going to use them.
Caught in the backfield, it's Moore. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Johnson. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. On the move, it's Davidson. Makes it past the marker. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the 2nd half if you're on defense.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Zings it complete to the right. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Oh, they're after him. Makes the grab. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Give all the credit to the offensive line right there. Defense was playing a big zone coverage, and it's going to take these receivers time to find the open spot in the middle of the field. So the offensive line, especially the tackles on the outside, really good job giving the quarterback a place to step up into, hold the ball, and then find his open receiver to get a big first down.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
He makes a grab, and he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1. The Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up. And he's in, pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Got the quick completion. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Back to pass, it's Daniels. Quickly out to the tight end. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
This defense is flying around with bad intentions. How about the stick the defender just laid on the tight end?
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. They'll run play action. He's got his man, makes the grab. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. The Seminoles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And, man, this home crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys on their feet,
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Davidson. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Just feeds the running back. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Running inside. It's Davidson. Hard-hitting tackle. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Off play action on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
To the air, it's Daniels. Pressure coming. Keeps it and gets the first down. Slides past the sticks, and he converts on second and long. Great awareness on the scramble. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The snap sets up the throw. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Tough to get a rhythm off the bench, and the first one is incomplete. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. He's looking downfield to throw. Going long. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Got room on the return. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense unleashes one deep and swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They're bringing the chop, they're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. Looking to move the chains, they throw it complete to the left. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
No good. After the missed field goal, this lead still sitting at 13.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar. Those are the ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And back to the air on second down. Pulls it in. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Big part of the offensive game plan is yards after the catch, but none available there.
I like the idea on offense of trying to spit the ball outside quickly and see if your guy can make something happen in space, but give the defense credit. They rallied to the ball, got him on the ground.
On third down, he drops to throw. Rush is on him. He's on the move. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field.
Sweet. Ready, go.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
All right, so they fail on that fourth down, but the game is not over yet. There's still time. Defense has to get the ball back quickly. Offense is going to have to score quickly. You have to execute now.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Trying to impose their will with the run. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He'll do it himself on the draw. They would not let him get close. Stopped at the 26. It'll be 4th down. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Coming out with it, it's Singleton. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out.
Snags it, and he's open. Lowers those pads. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Wants to throw it again. Gets it to him on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Wants to go right back downfield. A shot toward the end zone. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up any.
Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion now setting up 3rd down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
Unleashes it. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Takes the handoff. It's Davidson. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the 1st down marker. It's 4th down. Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left. Clemson will send the punt team out. Makes the catch right at the 50. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. From the gun, he'll try to throw. He's taking a deep shot. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck-it-up-and-hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Here's a throw downfield late. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. After the interception, 0 showing on the clock, and that is how we'll end it. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.